Chelsea have now entered what is fast becoming one of the most crowded transfer races of the January window, with Antoine Semenyo the latest Premier League forward to find himself at the center of growing attention, and Liverpool are watching closely as events continue to unfold. What initially felt like background noise has turned into something louder, something more urgent, and something that could yet test Liverpool's resolve, strategy, and timing under Arne Slot. Reports emerging over the last 24 hours suggest Chelsea have made an inquiry for the Bournemouth forward, adding their name to a list that already includes Manchester City and Manchester United. For a player who only joined Bournemouth permanently last year, the speed of the rise and the level of clubs now circling speaks volumes about how far Semenyo has come and how highly he is now rated inside recruitment departments across the league. Several respected outlets, including The Guardian, have indicated that Chelsea have asked about the conditions of a potential deal. It's not yet a formal bid, not yet a move that forces Bournemouth's hand, but it is enough to confirm interest. And when Chelsea are involved, history tells us that interest can turn into action very quickly. However, as quickly as Chelsea's name appeared, an update followed. David Ornstein of The Athletic reported that Chelsea have since decided against pursuing Semenyo at this stage, cooling speculation just as it began to gather momentum. Whether that decision is final or simply reflective of Chelsea's internal prioritization remains to be seen, particularly with a January window that has a habit of changing direction week by week. What is beyond dispute is that Semenyo's future is no longer entirely in Bournemouth's control. That was made clear by head coach Andoni Iraola, whose comments this week carried an air of realism rather than panic. Speaking candidly, Iraola admitted that there are things happening out of our control, a telling phrase in modern football, especially when release clauses and elite-level interest are involved. The figure attached to Semenyo is significant. A $65 million release clause means Bournemouth do not need to negotiate if that sum is met. It is a clean exit route for any club prepared to pay the price, and it removes much of the leverage smaller clubs traditionally rely on when holding on to key players mid-season. Iraola made it clear he hopes Semenyo stays, but hope, as history shows, is rarely enough when Champions League clubs come calling. For Liverpool, the situation is delicate. The club are monitoring the market, aware of their own needs, and conscious of how quickly the landscape can shift. Semenyo's profile, powerful, direct, versatile across the front line, fits many of the attributes Liverpool value. But interest does not automatically mean intent, and intent does not always mean action. Arne Slot was asked directly about Semenyo earlier this week, and the Dutchman did what seasoned coaches often do at this point in the season. He deflected. Slot insisted his first and only thoughts are on the upcoming 2 games, refusing to be drawn into speculation. It was a response that told us little on the surface, but plenty beneath it. Slot is acutely aware that words can move markets, and Liverpool have no interest in inflating a price or confirming a chase prematurely. Behind the scenes, Liverpool's January approach remains cautious but prepared. The club know competition will be fierce if they decide to move, particularly with Manchester City and Manchester United both long-term admirers of Semenyo. City's interest is believed to be rooted in squad depth and profile suitability, while United see him as a potential solution to issues that have lingered in their attacking line for seasons. Chelsea's brief flirtation with the idea, even if now shelved, reinforces the point. Semenyo is no longer an under-the-radar option. He is now viewed as a top-end Premier League forward, priced accordingly, and Bournemouth are fully aware of the asset they hold. All of this unfolds against a busy and emotionally charged period for Liverpool. Slot has been navigating not just tactical questions, but availability concerns and external noise. The head coach confirmed that Connor Bradley and Cody Gakpo will both face late fitness tests ahead of Liverpool's next league match against Wolves. Neither player trained on Tuesday, and while optimism remains, the situation underlines how thin margins can become at this stage of the season. In midfield and attack, Liverpool have been asking a lot of the same core group, and the need for freshness, physical and mental, is never far from the conversation.
That reality feeds into every transfer discussion, even when the manager insists his focus remains purely on the next match. There was, however, some positivity away from Merseyside, as Mohamed Salah delivered yet another reminder of his enduring quality. The Liverpool forward scored a dramatic injury-time winner for Egypt in their opening AFCON match against Zimbabwe, sealing a 2-1 victory and setting the tone for his tournament. For Liverpool supporters, it was familiar brilliance wrapped in a slight edge of anxiety. Pride in his performance mixed with concern over minutes, travel, and fitness. Elsewhere, Liverpool's youth setup continues to quietly impress. The club's under-19 side have been handed a one-legged UEFA Youth League knockout tie away to Slovakian outfit MSK Žilina, scheduled for Tuesday, February 3rd at 3:30 p.m. GMT. It's another opportunity for Liverpool's next generation to test themselves on the European stage, and for the club to reinforce the long-term philosophy that underpins every first-team decision. Taken together, it all paints a picture of a club balancing present ambition with future planning. Semenyo's name may dominate headlines today, but Liverpool's decision-making will be rooted in more than hype or fear of missing out. The competition is real, the price is high, and the window is unforgiving. Whether Liverpool ultimately step into the race in a meaningful way remains to be seen. What is clear is that if they do, they will not be alone, and they will need to move with clarity, conviction, and purpose. January does not wait, release clauses do not blink, and opportunities, once gone, rarely return unchanged.